My name's Georgina. I'm 32, I live in London, and when I play roller derby, they call me Diggy Smalls. So as I approached my kind of late 20s, I started to notice I was getting increasing discomfort in my feet, particularly my left foot, and that turned into pain. And because I live quite an active lifestyle, so I did a lot of hill walking and rock climbing, and my job's quite active and it requires me to be on my feet and move around a lot, it was just sort of becoming increasingly disruptive to my lifestyle. And after kind of putting up with it for quite a long time, I decided enough was enough and I should try and speak to a specialist, try and get some help and see if there was anything that we could do to relieve that discomfort, relieve that pain and get me back doing the things that I really love. I'm lucky enough that in the area where I live, there is an NHS provision where you can self-refer for things like physiotherapy and podiatry. So that was the route that I took. I referred myself through an online portal, and after a little bit of a triage and a bit of a waiting list, I eventually was given an appointment to the podiatry service, and then that sort of led to further referrals and interventions with connected services all provided on the NHS. It was super easy, it was really accessible, and I didn't have to kind of go through my GP or sort of wait for an appointment through them or anything like that. I could just, take the initiative myself and be proactive and do that. So I'm quite fortunate that that option was available to me. There's less pain, there's less discomfort, so I can go about my daily life, my job, my work, my hobbies without really being conscious of the fact that I'm in pain, without thinking, oh, is this going to hurt my feet? I don't need to worry about it because I know that all of the interventions that we have done and that are continuing to do, that I've been working with the podiatrist on, are working. So that's allowed me to go back to climbing, go back to walking, to do my job without worrying about whether or not I can get through the day. And one of the main ones is that I've had the confidence to start a new hobby, which is roller derby, which is a full contact roller skating sport. I learned how to roller skate, which is something I've really wanted to do for a long time, and I don't think I would have had the confidence to do that knowing that I have those foot problems, that I had that pain, that discomfort that was holding me back from feeling like I could pursue that interest in that hobby. And now that's a really big part of my life. I would absolutely encourage other people to seek out a podiatrist if they're experiencing pain or discomfort. As a culture, we're really used to just putting up with things like pain and discomfort, and especially when you start to sort of approach your 30s and you start to get aches and pains, a lot of the time you just sort of brush them off, like this is just what happens when you start to get older. It's to be expected, but my life is back to normal. It hasn't changed sort of in some dramatic way, but it's just that knowledge that I don't have to think about it anymore. I don't have to think about what shoes I wear. I don't have to think about how long I'm going to be on my feet, whether there's somewhere to sit down. I don't have to plan around it. I can just go about my daily life, and sometimes it's easy to forget or take for granted that I don't have foot pain anymore. But I remember a time when that was very much at the forefront of my mind, and I'm really so pleased and grateful that I'm in a position now where I don't have to think about it anymore. If you have lower limb health issues and want to become a super strider like me, you can find your local podiatrist today by visiting rcpod.org.uk.